everyone, welcome to No Man's Sky 2023. I'm Black Dog, and we're going to do a walkthrough of No Man's Sky on normal on the PS5. Quick background, the game launched 2016 to a disaster, a dumpster fire. Since then, Sean Murray and the team at Hello Games have worked to make it into the biggest comeback in gaming history, probably. I've certainly heard it described as such. 21 free, let's get this right, free. No one pays a dime once you buy the game. Anything that is released for the game, you get for free. There are no microtransactions. Scary, isn't it? So we're going to jump right in. I picked up the game late 2020, early 2021. Origins update. Between my main save, pardon, and deleted, false starts, expeditions, I have about 1,900 hours in game. So I'm hoping some of the tips that I've learned over the years, some of this that people have taught me, I'm hoping this will help you. Here we see our different game options. Now, when you start the game, you're certainly free to pick from any of these. I'm going to play on normal. That's mostly what I play on. I do have a survival save. I have done custom permadeath. Permadeath is not my favorite because it's just what it describes. When you die, you're done. So let's start with normal. Part of the reason for this video, the game still has new players coming into the community. Another reason, a good friend of mine bought the game primarily because I talked it up so much, and he felt a bit of frustration because the game, while it holds your hand a bit more than it did when I started, it still doesn't have much of a comprehensive start guide. So that's what I'm attempting to do. Doing this for new people. I'm doing this for my buddy, and I hope you guys benefit. If you like it, like and subscribe. Always happy to take any comments. So let's get started.
Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational. User initialization sequence complete.
And here we are on the surface of an alien world. Well, we need some radiation protection. Perform a scan. Press L3, your left stick, to find sodium. Okay. Scanner damaged. You need 75 ferrite dust. Now, this is where the game does not hold your hand much. It says gather ferrite dust to repair the scanner. Repair scanner to locate survival resources. Use ferrite dust. You need 75 ferrite dust. Extract ferrite dust by shooting small rocks. Use R2 to fire the multi-tools mining beam. So we need to shoot some rocks with our mining beam. But damn, y'all, look around. There are rocks everywhere. And none of them say ferrite dust. See? Nothing happens. And this is where my friend got frustrated, and I know that this is where other players get frustrated. It's a minor hand-holding, but it really doesn't tell you a lot. So, one of the first things you do, if you look in the center of your screen, there's a little white dot, and that's a cursor. And if you put that cursor on a rock, it'll tell you if that rock can be harvested or not, see? So these little flat tombstone looking rocks, I put my cursor on them and I do not get a message on my display. But these little squat red and black rocks, ferrite dust. So let's go ahead and harvest 75 ferrite dust. As you can see in the upper right hand corner, it's showing the count of ferrite dust as well as in the lower right hand corner. And in the upper right hand corner you see it says mining beam and 33, and it has a little diamond and a little meter. See that meter climb? That is the temperature monitor on your mining beam. When it gets into the red, your mining beam shuts down. And then it has to be cooled off before you can use it again. Doesn't take a long time, but something you should know. Your mining beam will shut down on you. So, repair the scanner. Ferrite acquired. Press your touchpad to access multi-tool inventory. There we see our little scanner is glowing. We have a green check mark, 75 out of 75. So we will press X and repair. We'll put our cursor over it and repair or repair kit. However, we don't have a repair kit. We'll get to all those though.
Component repaired. Technology repaired.
Now, use scan. Press L3, that's clicking in your left stick to locate sodium. Sodium-rich plants. Those are what we need. Oh, it's even better. Sodium-rich crystals that we cannot harvest.
Radiation protection falling.
Okay, so what we're looking for, folks, are these sodium-rich plants. It's going to be marked on your scanner by a gold diamond with the initial Na, natrite for sodium. So we're going to pick one, and we're going to recharge our hazard protection. To do that, there's two ways. The slow way, which is to press your touchpad, bring up your exosuit inventory, highlight your hazard protection, and then charge it that way. I never do that. It's too slow. Takes too long for me to do that. What I do is I press down on my D-pad, which brings up a list of symbols.
Radiation damage detected.
And there is recharge equipment, and we're going to recharge our hazard protection. It's 3 key clicks versus 5.
Starship signal detected.
So there, that little red diamond with the crescent symbol, that's our starship. We have to go to that now. Okay. On the way, we want to be able to collect resources. And there's going to be quite a few. There's some of the local wildlife. There's ferrite dust. There's carbon. There's dihydrogen. Just kind of look around, put your cursor on various items, and see what it tells you about the item. Another quick tip, press down on your D-pad menu again, bringing up your quick menu. Go to your photo mode. You're going to notice a few things. You've got your menu on photo mode. And then under that, at the lower left-hand screen, you've got a series of symbols. Those are called portal glyphs. They're primarily an address for the planet you're standing on, its location in the system you're in, and the system's location in the galaxy you're in. We'll get to all those. But what I want to show you with photo mode on, that stills the game. You're not taking any hazard damage right now. You're perfectly safe. You won't die. Okay? The other thing is using the buttons, your left stick and your right stick in various combinations, as well as your L1 and R1. They will allow you to move the camera around and take close-up or far-away shots. Your D-pad up and down will allow you a crane style to change the height, right? So you're out here bumbling around. All you've got your scanner to get these sodium plants, and you know you can harvest these little red rocks. And you know that other things might show different materials, such as carbon. They don't really tell you what you can do with carbon, though. So we'll get a little bit of carbon. Maybe we'll need it. In fact, I know we'll need it. And to be honest with you, this game is a hoarder's dream. Anything that you see shiny,
Falling.
you need it. So, gather another sodium plant here. Recharge.
Technology recharge.
There we go. And we have to go to the ship. So, off we go. Now, I'm going to press down on the D-pad. I'll go to my camera mode. And I'm going to move up using the D-pad as high as it'll let me go. There we are. Then I'm going to take a good look around. As I said, anything that glows is useful. Pretty much any plants or rocks that are harvestable, the materials you gain from that is useful. Holes in the ground indicate caves. Caves also have useful items and resources in them. So go into your photo mode, take a good look around, see if there are any nearby buildings, anything like that that you might want to explore or might be useful to you, such as sodium. Okay? And as you're moving towards your ship, use your scanner. And just anything
Radiation protection. Falling.
that you scan that shows up, this diamond with the H in it, that's dihydrogen. That's a harvestable material that you will need. If it's yellow and it's sodium, get it. If it's red, it's oxygen. Grab it. See, there's an oxygen plant that way. We're going to get this dihydrogen. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to harvest all of it. Now I'm using these short bursts for two reasons. One, I don't want to overheat my mining beam, but primarily I don't want it to run out because it will if I'm not careful. Or if I have not harvested enough carbon to charge it with, which luckily I have been harvesting carbon. So I guess the best way to put it, as you go, gather resources. Be judicial with your resources. This will help you survive. Look at new rocks. That one has ferrite dust and question marks in it. We'll just go ahead and harvest some ferrite dust. We've already needed some. We're likely going to need some more. The game is a hoarder's dream. You literally need everything, especially at the beginning. Now, if you're going towards one of your markers and it appears underground, it isn't, it's over the ridge. It doesn't mean it can't be underground. It can be. There are things underground on these planets. There's some of the local wildlife. We'll get to those shortly. Right now, the most important thing, other than harvesting things, I really do have a reason for all this dihydrogen. There's the sodium. Grab a little more carbon. Now, really quickly, let's say you run out of carbon. You have no more. Your mining beam is dead, and you cannot charge it. What do? Good question. I'm glad you asked. So you go up to one of the plants that you have been getting carbon from, and using your right bumper, your R1, you will hit that plant, and you will physically beat the carbon out of it. As you can see, every time I hit R1, I strike the plant with my hand, and that gives me an amount of carbon. Now, this is an emergency measure. This is, I've been less than careful and used up all of a resource that I cannot replenish any other way. Now, it does work on all plants. If it says carbon, give it a couple of smacks. This also works on rocks. Just tapping R1, walk up to it, and beat the ferrite out of it. Alright, our radiation protection is falling as we're beating up plants and rocks. So the quickest way to charge, down on your D-pad, recharge equipment, charge hazard protection, done. You can press the middle touchpad, tab over to your suit, and recharge that way. Honestly, this quick menu is much easier. There's quite a few options. Flashlight, change view so you can go from third to first.
Radiation protection falling.
You also have your pet registers, summon vehicles, recharge equipment, gestures such as point, wave, and several others, and your photo mode, which, as I said, you can just pull up and take a good hard look around and see what your surroundings show you. the third person here, but we'll leave our flashlight on. Now, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do first person so you can see a little bit more of the detail. We're actually on a pretty nice planet. But let's go to our ship. All right, here we're just going to go around. Right now, I don't want to get trapped in a cave with no way to get out. Yes, that is possible. I have had it happen. As I said, I've had a few false starts. That was one. Trapped underground, my jetpack insufficient to jetpack out, and my multi-tool not strong enough to dig out. So I was literally stuck in a hole in the ground with no way out. Took me 3 hours to get there, and I had no choice but to restart. This is something I'm hoping that I can show you to help you avoid. Now here we've got several items here. We have oxygen-rich plants, which show up as a red triangle, O2. We have some sodium nearby. We have our ship, and oh my, it's on fire. We had better go see. Damn, looks like a prison number. Atlas connection, intermittent. Launch thrusters offline. Pulse engine offline. Well, now we know what all that fire and smoke was. I find myself alone on a strange world, unequipped and in danger. I have no memory of how I got here, no sense of a before. So cheesy. But this ship at least seems to recognize me. The controls react to my touch, or at least that of my exosuit. Hey, I'm Captain Kirk. I'm not dead yet, and this ship is a lifeline out to the stars. Read log and connect exosuit. So let's read log. Log unavailable, substituting data. Exosuit connected. Suggestion. Pilot should perform maintenance. Well, no doubt, the ship was on fire. Select desired repair path. Well, let's repair the ship systems. Launch thrusters are critically damaged. Press square to exit. Again, this is where we hit that I'm gonna hold your hand, but I'm not gonna tell you what to do while I'm holding your hand. You need to repair the pulse engine with metal plating and a hermetic seal, and you need to repair the launch thruster with dihydrogen jelly and pure ferrite. And up top it says repair ship engines. requires a mix of crafted products, salvaged items, and advanced refined substances. Craft metal plate to repair a pulse engine. You need 1. You need 50 ferrite dust to do so. That is in your inventory. If you'll look very, very closely, there's a few things on the UI to point out. In the bottom left hand of your screen, there's your hazard meter on top, indicated by yellow, your life support meter below that, indicated by white. Below that is your planetary information. It tells what planet you're on and the conditions you're under. On the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, the game is literally holding your hand. Unfortunately, they really don't make it obvious to the players, so a lot of the players miss these little cues. If you'll look at around, that's really all you have right now. So let's collect some of this oxygen, because oxygen is used to restore your life support. And then let's interact. The key to this game is interaction. If you point your cursor at it and you can harvest it. Whether it's ferrite dust or carbon. When you scan, if you get a triangle that's close, harvest it. Things within caves, when we go into caves. Caves are interesting. As I said, I don't want to get caught in one right now. They can save you, and I'll show you how to do that. Items. You need to repair your ship. These items are necessary. So if you come up on something and it says it, interact with it by holding your square, do so. Scenario, iteration, number, letter, number, deleted. Boundary separation failure, likely. Vessel 16, emptied. Cause, sentinel intervention, deliberate transfer. Analysis, fresh iteration generated, anomaly containment prepared. You have 2 options, leave or broadcast. Let's broadcast. Broadcast received, traveler anomaly detected. Anomaly is compliant, position logged, system integrity scan initialized. You, good friends, are the traveler. That is literally your name in the game in terms of what you are. You are a traveler.
Technology recharge.
Folks, can't stress it enough. Keep an eye on those survival meters. This is a game with survival elements. So, we're a traveler. We got to fix our ship. See what we got here. These glowy on-fire babies are called damaged machinery. They contain items of inventory or modifications that are going to increase the level of your suit or your ship or your multi-tool. So at the beginning of the game, as I said, if you can interact with it, interact with it. If you can harvest it, harvest it. This will help you thrive in the game. So you're going to open this damaged machinery and there's going to be a substance blocking it. Now you can either harvest the material or you can purge it, destroy it. In the opening stages, I would harvest it. First off, I can sell this residual goop, or I can use it to refine other things from. Now, there's a caveat here in that you only have so many inventory slots to begin with. And if you fill them up, you have so many in your starship and so many in your exosuit. And when they are full, they are full. Now, an inventory comes in stacks. For survival, a stack, a full inventory box, can hold up to 250. We are on normal, so a full inventory box or stack is $999. So we're going to harvest this residual goop. To do so, we press X, and then we can put it in our exosuit or our starship. We'll go ahead and put it in my starship. And we'll click that open square, and that gives me nanites. Well, what are nanites? Are they useful? Yes, they are. There are 3 currencies in the game: units, nanites, and quicksilver. Now, because there are no microtransactions, you earn these through buying and selling, harvesting, and running missions. Oh, we are out of sodium. Oof. What's the closest one? 108. Oh, hey, look at that. So, run the camera. There goes some ships. Hey! So, go to camera, and as you can see, there are damaged machinery modules everywhere. I could just run to each and every one. Your first few hour or so in the game, don't do that. Don't do that. Wait until you get your ship fixed and you get a foothold on all the things that you need. Okay? So let's get back to our ship and to our little pile of toys that we have here. We've got several boxes here to interact with. That one gave us oxygen. Okay, again, oxygen is to recharge your life support.
Technology recharge.
Okay, these long red barrels, these are Atlas barrels. And I need an Atlas pass to open that. Unfortunately, I don't have one yet. We will have one as soon as possible,
Radiation protection.
because they usually have some good usable items, especially early in game. An Atlas pass is something you want to acquire as soon as possible. Little red boxes like this, they generally give dihydrogen carbon, condensed carbon, and green crates such as this. They are the same as the damaged machinery. You have to clear a blockage and then get what's inside. And green crates, you know, I've seen almost everything come out of them. So definitely worth investigating. If, as a friend of mine once put it, if you can interact with it, do so, especially early game. So we'll go ahead and we'll pop this into our starship. And that gave us some carbon. Now, we have to repair our starship. So what I'm going to do, see, my hazard meter is starting to blink red. And I cannot charge my hazard protection. I have no sodium.
Radiation protection. Falling.
There are two things I can do. First of which is jump into my starship and let my hazard protection recharge. So we're going to sit here inside the ship and repair as much as possible. So when we open our inventory menu by pressing the center button, the touchpad, and craft metal plating to repair a pulse engine. We need one, and we have ferrite dust acquired, 50 out of 50. It's green, so we have enough. So we're going to hover over this little glowy square, and it says craft product. Create a useful or valuable material. And we need metal plating. So we need one of those. Now that makes our launch thruster glow and flash. See, there's the metal plating that we need. We need a hermetic seal. In our launch thruster, we need pure ferrite and dihydrogen jelly. Patch metal plating onto the pulse engine. Okay? So we pull up our starship menu, our pulse engine is blinking, we have one metal plate, and we're going to slap that puppy on. Vital ingredients missing. Unable to synthesize. Pulse engine requires hermetic seal. Request assistance. Iteration comparison reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage planetary chart from distress beacon cache. Okay. We'll go over here to the distress beacon. Appear inside the beacon's housing, as well as its distress broadcast unit. It contains a planetary chart. Yoink. Open the inventory to view data. Highlight the chart and use square to plot a route.
Navigational data received.
It is 838 U's away. A U, you can call it a meter, you can call it a yard, whatever. It's a unit of measurement versus units, which is unit of money. So as we go, we're going to be using our scanner and our mining beam to harvest. If I click in my right stick, I will sprint, but only for a short while. You can see the meter at the bottom right going down, and then as I stop sprinting, it recharges. Sodium-rich plants. Oh, yes. Several of them. See, that's red. I can't harvest that. Some more dihydrogen. We're going to harvest it. Now, that little electronic voice, that's your Alexa, your electronic assistant, your pain in the ass who won't shut up, announcing that a storm has arrived. The weather has changed. As you can see, this storm is driving our hazard protection down even more. It says, seek shelter in caves or buildings and charge your hazard protection. So, remember what I said earlier, caves can be a good thing. Now would be a good time to have one. Now, it's this sort of place where players die. I myself have died quite a bit in these kinds of situations. Find a cave or building if you can, and keep your hazard protection charged. And keep scanning. You never know what you might run into. fact, I see something good we're going to head towards. That little blue triangle right there, deuterium-rich plant, that will increase our jetpack temporarily. Now, if you'll notice goodness, it's rough in this storm. When we're using our jetpack, there's a little meter that goes down and then recharges. These blue plants, these deuterium-rich plants, give us a slight jetpack surge. You can actually hear the change in the jetpack. Do not overextend yourself. You can fall and hurt yourself. There, that wasn't too bad. The storm was over. And since we were smart enough to harvest, we survived. And we have arrived at our destination. And our hermetic seal is in there. Now, these are what is commonly known as a No Man's Sky trailer setup. You basically have these two squat mobile home looking buildings, and then one or two other structures that you may or may not be able to interact with. It's the No Man's Sky trailer park. Right. So here we have a damaged machinery. So let's go ahead and interact with it. Now, our starship's out of range, so the viscous fluids blocking, we will put in our suit. And that gave us more nanites. Our mission objective is in here.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
Hollow archive. That's what we want. Accessing archive. 6 of the 7 logs are corrupted. Entry 4924A follows. No one making this recording in case, leaving behind in the fabricator, blah, 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 might be of some use. Visor damaged. Can't find ship. Recover supplies. The log finishes. The machine whirs to life, spitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal I need to repair my ship. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now. And we have one hermetic seal. Now, No Man's Sky trailers, not trailers for the game, the physical, squat, low, one-room buildings. They all have things in common. Okay, not only are they locations for occasional missions, they all have goodies. They all have a damaged machinery. And inside each trailer, there will be things to interact with. And one of them to point out is this.
Units received.
just pressing square gave me 706 units. By opening damaged machinery, I've received 60 nanites. Not a lot, but enough to start. Alright? And then we're gonna go to the next trailer and we're gonna open it up and see what's inside. Oh, nothing but junk. Alright, so this is where we're gonna end our first video. We're gonna come back with our next part and hopefully go and repair our ship.